Here is the complemented text. It is turned into that is what clear that the essential article visited our local in the planetary machine from outside. The planetary framework moved ridiculously rapidly to any time make sure to the sun. Clearly, the fundamental thing that we have seen coming to us from interstellar space from amazing spots. People have been exploring space at some stage all throughout current quite a while, generally with ones that visit the farthest wraps up of the sun control contraption and beyond. To find things that we can't with a rich telescope, the general thought is that these things exist. They're there in region, and we ought to find them. However, with the disclosure of Oumuamua, the total of that changed. The noteworthy adventurer from huge nearby has been endeavored masses during the most recent 2 or 3 weeks. This object is basically a bit of another nearby BIP planetary structure that was shot. However, the James Webb Telescope settled the essentially guaranteed photo of the distant beast and has observed matters that nobody considered. Coming accompany us to B, we jump further into this image, and how the disclosure of Oumuamua has impacted the area of science and nearby. UA is an odd and entrancing article generally. It moved out of the profundities of space, and made the entire in general for slowdown of the blue while the article was showed. Everyone expected to find out around it considering reality, not the slightest bit like this had any time been seen. This wide stir guessed loathed in our nearby planetary system from a remote spot beyond our own. It is fundamentally an uncommon interstellar pioneer wandering through the boundlessness of region to pay us a short go-to. Its unequivocal look, which appears to be a slight stogie, or as I truly prefer to call it a ceaseless needle, makes it as conflicted with to anything that we have encountered previously. This colossal openness became made on October 19, 2017, while the Dish Stars 1 telescope in Hawaii explored the night sky and found the presence of Oumuamua. It transformed into an extraordinary event, as this demonstrated the initial time stargazers seen an article beginning from out of practitioners. Our planetary framework fundamentally more insane changed into the way that it everything considered made it to the level of our planetary design, and become headed immediately toward the path of Earth. Oumuamua's appearance changed into possibly marvelous matter that had whenever occurred, and it was pivotal to dive further into it, as it appeared a parcel of like the best way to deal with opening the insiders of our sizable climate. That is the clarification. A genuine picture of it is a huge arrangement. At any rate, a picture isn't typically where they will stop. Experts have made arrangements to use the detectable James Webb Space Telescope for inspecting interstellar things as they dodge through our shut by planetary gadget. Being the essential of its sort, the telescope's famous qualities lie in its capacity to produce and examine infrared light, making it a crucial instrument for this. This exceptional exploration furnished with cutting-edge feudal goal and absurd responsiveness gadgets. The Webb telescope has an amazing potential to take a gander at objects which are nonsensically old, far off, or black out for different telescopes to stagger on. This unbelievable S's responsiveness besides power creates a precise, open door for experts to fundamentally bounce into the privileged insights of interstellar contraptions, uncovering their fabricated piece and revealing their huge substance. There's nothing more to it, enormous challenging to take a gander at from Earth. In the event that you just analyze the things without basically getting a completely wonderful point of view on them. The James Webb Space Telescope's high-level exhibit of infrared cameras gives an extra layer of accuracy to the picture of interstellar articles. With its ruling progression, the telescope can produce tangled data and subtleties, portraying these captivating prominent pilgrims as they embrace inside our observational accomplish. So, whether you are not getting valid pics, which are in one piece, it can aggregate stacks while perhaps not put away of photos together to make one uber picture that has each and every detail you'll ever want to see. Since it's miles fit for getting the smallest and most touchy parts of these interstellar things, the Webb telescope licenses researchers to direct enormous assessments and resolve the secrets that untruth concealed inside the profundities of the universe. Yet, this is only the starting. The Webb telescope without a doubt extends the limits of appraisal through permitting researchers to follow down the profundities of room at scales and wonderful stages that were previously preposterous, starting up a space of as a self-evident reality, invigorating clinical demands and fostering the restrictions of our ability and data of the universe. Hence, they picked the James Webb Telescope over the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope for this, besides augmentation evaluation. That doesn't recommend that the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope isn't for the most part famous and how it helped. Sure, both are superb. The School of Hawaii's Pan 1 telescope remains a crucial galactic contraption, organized on the most raised sign of age at the exquisite island of Maui, Hawaii. With its 1.8-meter opening, this telescope plays out an essential situation inside the incredible compartment STARRS undertaking, a helpful exertion related to regarded foundations including the School of Hawaii beginning for stargazing and its Linall Lab, Maui in development by what's more, enormous execution computing center, and advancement frameworks overall. At its center, the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope is depended with exploring the sky for transient heavenly articles, like space rocks and comets, and coordinating the planetary gadget in grand part. Its wide-field imaging limits and cutting-edge age make it a basic resource in the trip to explore and understand the universe. The telescope is expected for wide-field inestimable imaging, giving a sweeping perspective on neighborhood. Its central task is to conduct careful examinations of the night sky, taking photos of the brilliance of brilliant articles and optical frequencies from a long way off structures, and going cloud to exciting comets and space rocks. The telescope predominantly looks at the universe, recording the wonders that populate our amazing assessed universe to deal with the customary proportion of records occurred during those overviews. The Pan-STARRS 1 telescope is based at the current PS11 picture processing pipeline. This remarkable programming authoritatively strategies and dissects huge components of observational records, dispensing with loved experiences and permitting space experts to make earth-shattering disclosures. The strength of cutting algorithms and computational strategies gets together to play a critical occupation in uncovering the covered secret inside the vast heavenly photos overcame. The Pan-STARRS 1 is one of the best incredible limitations of the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope is its commitment to the dish stars nearby Earth object study. This serious endeavor makes a specialty of cautiously zeroing in on generally speaking sky, continually looking out close Earth things that could present a limit, a valuable open door to our planet. It was the one to find out and Oumuamua right away. Specialists were sure beyond a shadow of uncertainty, taking all things together probability coincidentally, that a leaning towards space rock was going towards Earth. When UAM was first perceived surrounding the Sun, arranged the fundamental supposition, changed into that it become an unavoidable space rock with no guarantees. A large part of the time the case with various unidentified space battles. Its look and direct radiated an impression of being strong, with that association driving cosmologists to arrange as such. Later, all it thought about an unprecedented stone plunging through the planetary contraction, a conventional sight and grandiose observations. However, as experts went out to process and explore the records gathered from Oumuamua, it rapidly became impeccable that this interstellar traveler became something atypical. Its specific credits went against essential demand, prompting specialists to re-examine their basic assumptions rather than standard space rocks. Showed one-of-a-kind limits that set it aside from any brilliant article previously tracked down. Perhaps the most striking part of Oumuamua was its expanded structure, seeing back to a little stogie or a broad needle, as tangled with a changed shape routinely connected with space rocks. The odd morphology tested present models of brilliant article design and progress, raising issues about the cycles at risk for adornment. Oumuamua's structure not persevering through its deferred structure. Oumuamua besides showed fast distress, turning on its middle at a rate curiously rapid for a mean space rock. This impetus turned correspondingly extraordinary away from known superbar bodies, and acquainted with the thrill ride, incorporating its starting point. Additionally, UA validated strange phenomenon groupings since it gone through space, suggesting potential anomalies in its piece or surface characteristics. The ceaseless evaluation of Oumuamua has goaded intense consistent conversation and speculation, with researchers proposing unique theories to figure out its secretive components. Some speculate that it might be a part slung from a larger body in a distant star structure, while others propose streaming powers as the part behind its extended shape. Regardless of these proposed explanations, uncertainties regarding UMA's genuine quintessence come through highlighting the necessity for extra assessment and understanding. Oumuamua's compact passage through our sun-based system gave a fascinating and open entryway for stargazers to focus on an interstellar visitor. Extremely close commitment, critical bits of knowledge into the possibility of things starting from past our own planetary gathering. Since its disclosure, researchers have consistently separated the data collected during its visit, searching for signs about its beginning, combination, and direct. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its undeniable level capabilities, is prepared to play a fundamental role in unraveling the mysteries surrounding Oumuamua and other interstellar articles. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, the telescope promises to enhance our ability to observe and analyze faraway heavenly bodies, opening new disrupted areas within the assessment of the universe. The sincerity of the situation was highlighted by Oumuamua's fast speed through our sun contraption. Time happened to the essence, and experts speculated an imperative mission. They had a critical 11 days to hoard so much data as possible about this hazardous explorer before it wound up being nonsensically far off to examine. In expansion, over the long lobby, the normal chance to get information dwindled, commending the prerequisite for expedient and green spotlights on. The strain changed into mounting, figuring out that any put-off could imperil their understanding into this perfect article. Once UM left the planetary gathering, there may not be one more bet to get the records. This changes into an extraordinary open approach to set up each accessible trained professional and contraption to gather assessments and have a view. It truly, however, getting a rush of information didn't by and large convey clearness, and scattered the problem including this dark thing. As the data arose, the mystery counting Oumuamua's complex accomplished the astounding credits and disappointing way of acting of this interstellar guest, kept on astounding specialists, leaving them with extra recognizable demands than techniques. YUU's excursion through our sun-based contraption days was one of the most amazing, invigorating, and puzzling practices in later bombastic records found in October 2017 through the Pan-ARS 1 telescope in Hawaii. This interstellar guest promptly got the thought of trained professionals and the overall public. Its size and shape got together with a lack of regular imminent cutoff points conflicted with standard assumptions and achieved inquiries around its establishment heading in nature. The unequivocal attributes of UUA started out absurd lucid examination, prompting the idea of different speculations to give an explanation for its bizarre limits. One clear hypothesis incited that UUA might be a pie shot from a larger edge in a megastar contraption. This theory proposed that impacts or gravitational correspondences within its figure gadget should have moved UUA into interstellar space, at last setting it on a course that presented it within our planetary social gatherings region. Each other persuading clarification recommended streaming forces as the forming structure behind Oumuamua's postponed improvement. In a state of harmony with this hypothesis, the gravitational powers applied through a passing genius or a huge planet should have extended UUA into its unusual development. Since it explored space, this streaming expanding circumstance gave an expected plan to address the item-setting look, while raising surprising issues about the particular processes shaping things inside the interstellar medium. In spite of these proposed factors, shortcomings regarding Oumuamua's real embodiment continued to fill constant discussions within the clinical neighborhood. The article's astonishing size and fast speed presented extra challenges for cosmologists attempting to relax its secrets. UA's delayed plan and quick upset impelled a truly conflicting body, instead of any perceived comet or space rock within our sun-based system. As AMU passed by our sun-based gadget, researchers promptly clutched the chance to gather as much information as possible beforehand it moved past the assortment of understanding. The centrality of the situation highlighted the prerequisite for speedy and helpful assessments, driving accommodating endeavors among space experts around the world. Observatories and telescopes around the field accelerated their efforts to capture valuable data about this extraordinary visitor. As AMU's trajectory took it farther from our solar system, scientists faced the challenge of analyzing the amassed data to decipher its secrets. However, the mystery surrounding AMU only deepened as researchers delved deeper into the information gathered during its brief visit. The ongoing analysis of AMU's data revealed additional abnormalities that deviated from conventional explanations. Its trajectory through our nearby planetary group deviated from the typical paths of comets and space rocks, suggesting an intriguing interplay of gravitational forces and other dynamic components at play.